Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and this video is part of our March 2021 Star Wheel Astrology and Healing newsletter, and it's about Kamala Harris becoming powerful now. Her astrology is of staggering empowerment now. So basically, this newsletter needs to be read in unison with 7 other posts, all on the topic of darkness will rise now to be healed in the USA, and features on Joe Biden and Trump as well, and our astrology March 2021 overall summaries video and major features video, and also our Mars Rahu violence in March 2021 video. And there's a blog to go with each video. And if you want to look at the charts which underlie the analysis, they're all set out on the March 2021 Star Wheel Astrology website page. So in this post we look at the astrology of Kamala Harris, and we show how she contributes to the upcoming scenario, which basically is the understanding that many will embrace the light now because there will be an ongoing rise in the dark over the next 4 years at least. And my analysis is that Joe Biden will decline and fade from active power following the impact on him of the Mars-Rahu conjunction, which is exact on the 28th of March. Incidentally, on the 8th of October 2020, Donald Trump did make a very sinister prediction to Fox News that Joe Biden wouldn't last 2 months as president, and at that statement he spoke of Kamala Harris and went on to say she's a communist. And in the other posts I've published, I show that Donald Trump will do very well now and will set up quite a sort of government in exile on the wings, on the edge of the stage as it were, and that Kamala Harris will effectively take power following the fading of Joe Biden. And if you look at the chart shown for Kamala Harris, you will see how power is bursting forth in her life now. I look at both her Western and her Vedic charts. A distinguishing feature of my work is that I always combine both psychodynamic and evolutionary Western astrology with the supreme declaration of Vedic astrology. So, if you look at her Vedic chart, you see she has a very powerful Rahu conjunct ascendant in the 1st house. Her destiny is all about assertion of herself. But if you look at her Western chart, you see, sorry, a tractor's passing. I'm filming this in the rather remote west of Ireland. If you look at her Western chart, you'll see, first of all, that the dominant chart aspect shape is a kite, a grand trine topped by a talent triangle, with a red opposition going down the spine of that figure, in her case, sun opposite moon. So she's an extremely directed person, and there's quite a sort of fated dimension to her as well, you know, with Rahu conjunct the ascendant. But I'm absolutely bowled over also, not just by the natal chart, but also by her Western psychodynamic predictive chart for the 28th of March 2021, So this is shown in the Star Wheel Astrology March 2021 webpage. And it uses the predictive age points, the 2 predictive age points of psychodynamic Western astrology, and it's set up for the 28th of March 2021 when the current Mars-Rahu conjunction in Vedic Taurus comes to exact. And in my separate post about Joe Biden, I show that that will be particularly damaging to him. Now, in psychodynamic Western astrology, there are 2 age points. One is the individuation age point. That is the unfoldment of our awareness of our egoic self, of our psychological personality. And that's shown on the chart by a black cross in a black circle on the rim of the chart. And note that hers is at the high point of the 10th house of career. A powerful time for her. And indeed it's casting aspects, firstly to Mars, and secondly to Uranus-Pluto. So have no doubt that she is utterly, powerfully focused on career now, and that career will do very, very well. But there is a second age point used by psychodynamic Western astrology, and that is shown by 3 concentric red circles on the rim of the chart. And basically, at the date, it's quite extraordinary. That too, that's actually conjunct the Uranus-Pluto conjunction. So what does Uranus-Pluto mean? Well, if you look at like a wonderful standard reference little book, Reinhold Ebertin's Combination of Stellar Influences, you will see that Uranus-Pluto, which is activated partly by her individuation point and by the fact that her nodal age point, the whisper of her soul to her from the astral, is right on top of it. Uranus-Pluto is revolution. It's collapse of the old order. It's innovation. It's reform. I do find that the psychodynamic Western astrology is an absolute must for interpreting birth charts and predictive charts. But as I said, I absolutely always also have to bring in the vastness of Vedic astrology. But it's totally clear from this woman's chart that she is on an exceptional power role. I mean, other meanings given by Reinhold Ebertin of Pluto-Uranus are fanaticism and violence and precipitate action, extraordinary powers of creation and performance, the attainment of great objectives by immense application of effort, bringing new things into being, the creation of new conditions, even extending to acts of violence, putting a gun to someone's head, metaphorically speaking. The enforcement of decisions can be associated with an accident. So I feel that this very brief focus into the astrology for now of Kamala Harris shows a most formidably powerful woman who will certainly take over from Joe Biden as his decline starts now, even if it isn't publicly acknowledged at this moment. See the separate post for Joe Biden, and see separate posts where I predict that she will outface the Premier of China in a military confrontation, But see also the separate post about Donald Trump, where I predict that his luck and good fortune is immensely starting to rise now, and that she will have to contend with him, acting as a powerful alternative leader in the wings. And indeed it looks to me as if Donald Trump will be elected in 4 years' time, rather than her. So of course there's immense food for thought in this prediction. And as I make the point in other posts in the March newsletter, each of us absolutely has to find our needed and correct spiritual pathway for us at this time, because it is a divisive time of rising dark, which also is sending many to the light. But we absolutely have to be centered within our own spiritual life path at this time. And I can have no doubt that Kamala Harris will be the most formidable and powerful woman running the country, the United States, even if future circumstances within the next 4 years mean that eventually she will be eclipsed by Donald Trump. If you want a reading from me, go to my Star Wheel Astrology website, and my wife Maggie Pashley does many different healing modalities online. Go to her website, which is www.maggiepashley.com. So thank you.